And I'll always say that if you can't make it in Ghana, you can't make it anywhere.
Okay, so you are taking 1,000 cities in Ghana here,
Yeah,
and I'm taking $1,000 in America.
yeah.
Won't you come to America to take $1,000?
So, guys, people think that the best option is to leave your home country as an African because looking at the economy in Africa, our economy seems to be collapsing and there's no hope for the African child. And if you really want to make it in your home country, it becomes hard. So the best option that people think they have is to leave their home countries and travel outside to seek greener pastures. Welcome once again to Griph&Gray podcast. Today I'm here with my brother Gray, and we want to delve deep into this topic and discuss whether traveling outside the country is the best option to really make it in case you want to build a legacy for your descendants and for your immediate family. So, welcome, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. About this topic, do you think that traveling outside is the best option if you really want to make it as an African youth or a Ghanaian?
Okay, guys, thank you for our subscribers. Thank you goes to, lovely viewers, lovely sharers, and then lovely, subscribers. Bro, thanks for these wonderful questions and then the concerns you've raised. I think for me personally, I think going outside is the best
Mm.
because somebody will ask me why. There are a lot of opportunities in Ghana, in Africa here, but why are you still going outside? My question to you is, looking at yourself and I, you could see that things are really going hard for us. I know people are trying to do their best, but what I'm saying is, if you take it from the top, the hierarchy of, the ranks, if you take it from the top to down, you could see that nobody is really helping us. That is why we are helping ourselves. So if you want to go outside to help yourself, I think that is the best thing. Our country is always, lacking progression. You're always in recession. You're always retrogressing and all that. You see, so sometimes, you just have to, sometimes when you stay at one place for a very long time, you become very sluggish.
Hmm.
So sometimes you just have to find a way out, find yourself out of this continent, and then just go to different continents. For that
Okay.
one, it will help you. And then outside, there are a lot of opportunities there. Even if you are taking just $1 or just a pound or just euro for just an hour, it's better than you Ghana here working for a month, 30 days, and you getting 1,000 or 1,500, getting
So
2,000.
let me ask this thing. Are there poor people in America and in
There,
Europe?
there is poor.
I mean, poor citizens. Are there poor
There
citizens?
are a lot of poor citizens in every country.
But I mean, in Europe,
In Europe, there are a lot of poor people.
in the United
There are
States.
a lot of poor people.
Yeah.
But
So
the
what makes you think that if there are poor people at where you are going, you can go and surpass them, then make it and come back to your home country?
in let me put this. Sometimes the poor. We are talking about the poor and then the rich. Every place there's a poor person or there are poor people. But if you look at the percentage, the poor people, the rich people outweighs the poor people. Unlike Africa here, if you look at the percentage, you could see that the working class, the proletariat in political term, you say when we say proletariat, they employ the bourgeoisies. Bourgeoisies are wage earners. The proletariats pay them. Okay, so that's in political term. So the bourgeois when it comes to the bourgeoisies and the proletariats, you could see that there is a gap between the rich. So the proletariats are the rich, the bourgeoisies are the wage earners. They get paid every month. So it's like an employee and an employer. Okay, the employer pays the employee, right? So you'll be working for 30 days. You see, the Western world, you see, the system is so good to the extent that I mean, when you work, I mean, you are paid based on your, I mean, your wage, right? So in Africa, what do you see? You
So,
work more than what you expect to take.
what you
At the end of the month, you take like 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. You
mm,
see, and then it's the same thing. I know you pay tax, right? If you're working in a government agency, you pay tax. For that one, is directly,
I
right?
know when you are working in the United States,
Don't use
you are
United States.
taxed. Oh, you are working in America, you
No,
are
no, no.
taxed more than you are
America.
taxed. You are heavily
Everywhere you are
taxed.
taxed. In Africa,
Heavily.
you are
In
heavily
America,
taxed.
it's
But
heavily.
I would say that some places are heavily taxed than others.
Mm.
Especially when you go to, I mean,
So
UK like this.
take into this consideration, okay? People wanting to travel outside and say when you travel outside, it means you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
People have traveled outside Ghana
Mm-hmm.
to Europe and to United States,
Mm-hmm.
and they regret going.
Mm-hmm.
They wish they had invested their money back here. The same way others have gone and it has become a fortune for them. Okay. But think about this thing. You saying you want to travel outside your home country. First, have you considered what skill do you have? It's like the thing has become something like a jargon. Everybody is hopping on the bandwagon and we are all going, yeah, yeah, me, yeah, be. A person with no skill, no qualification, nothing, still wants to travel outside Ghana and want to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
That's
get
that's
it?
your concern.
That's my first question for you,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because remember, people are interested in what you can do for them. As they say that is greener pastures, doesn't mean that you go, you see trees and dollars are hanging on top and you are plugging. I am not against the idea of traveling. The world is your home and you shouldn't restrict yourself to one place. But I also dispute the fact that you should leave your home country, go to someone's country, and think that that is where you will make it in the name of hustling. If, let's say, you are in Ghana, you get a job opportunity outside, that's fine because as you are going, you know that I am secured in this aspect. But people will just go. You will gather like 50,000 Ghana cedis, 100,000 Ghana cedis, use it to pay connection man, use it to secure passports, buy a ticket, then boom, the person is gone. Wape baby no other and has nothing to lean on. Now the person is gallivanting on the streets looking for job, looking for a place to hawk, looking for a place to be doing menial labors. Okay, that I see is not greener pastures. And the fact that people will say, if I earn $1 in the United States, I bring it to if I earn US dollar, because if I say $1, there's
It's broad,
Canadian
yeah.
dollar, there's
Canadian,
New
Australian dollar,
Zealand
yeah.
dollar, and all. If I earn $1 and I bring it to Ghana, it's equivalent to almost 12 Ghana cedis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is true. But $1 is only big when you compare it to a different currency.
Mm-hmm.
But in the United States, when you are there, it's still $1
Mm-hmm.
and cannot um it cannot do exceeding things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you are earning $1,000 in the United States, it's still equivalent. Not equivalent. If you are going to compare, it's the same as someone earning 1,000 cedis here, living on 1,000 cedis, and you are
Mm-hmm.
living on $1,000. But
Mm-hmm.
when you do an exchange, that is when your $1,000 become $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so even there, you are still not living luxury life. You are still
Mm-hmm.
not a rich person.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are able to save something small and bring it home, then it becomes money.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people there who can save because remember, you have to pay for rent. Even the calls that you do, you are taxed on the calls that you do. The Wi-Fi you use, okay, you pick a bus, all right, you will rent and or you will eat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So why sit in your home country then say I've gathered 100,000 cedis, I'm using all that money to travel? Why not invest that money into a business that you think you can run better? Because at the end of the day, whoever travels outside Ghana goes into America, Europe to hustle. They get the money, they bring it back to invest in business.
Mm-hmm.
So why not start with how much you have now? hoping to build your business to a level, because time is not always on your side. Regardless how much money you are going to earn bringing it back, you need to put in the time factor of it. And I'll always say that if you can't make it in Ghana, you can't make it anywhere.
You can't make it in Ghana, you can't make it anywhere. That is your mind. That is your thought.
That's the thought.
Okay, so you are taking 1,000 cities in Ghana here,
Yeah,
and I'm taking $1,000 in America.
yeah.
Won't you come to America to take $1,000?
Listen to this.
No,
That's
no. Answer my question first.
no. Let me tell you,
You know,
this.
okay.
No, let me tell you this. That's why I first mentioned.
Mhm,
If I am taking 1,000 cities in Ghana,
mhm,
you are taking 1,000 cities in America.
mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
Do not do an exchange. No, listen.
Okay.
Don't exchange. When you are in America and you are earning $1,000,
Mhm,
and I comparatively, and I am earning 1,000 cities here,
mhm,
and we are not exchanging
mhm,
the currency, we are not exchanging, okay, pairing the currency.
mhm,
My 1,000 cities is the same as the
mhm.
$1,000. Do you get
Okay.
it? Because that $1,000, you as someone living in the United States,
Mhm,
can't buy you a fortune. You can't use it to do anything.
mhm.
Remember, you are going to take your rent from it, going to take your feeding, going to take everything from it. All
So
right.
okay,
The same way for me earning the 1,000 cities, I'll do the
won't
same
you
thing.
take
It's unless you bring how much
So
you have left to Ghana.
fine,
That's
okay,
when it
fine.
becomes money.
You are taking 1,000, I'm taking 1,000. Mine is in D, yours is in C.
If you
Um,
listen, if you
no,
don't
no, I'm
bring your
coming,
money
I'm
here, it's
coming.
no money. It's no money.
I'm not saying I'm bringing it
Uh-huh.
here. It's not money over there, but you see, even Ghana here, for you to even get an extra job, it's really hard. You know that. But in abroad, you get extra job.
So you work extra.
You work extra. But Ghana here, oh, I'm willing to work extra. Adwuma no nya bi. Even if you want to be protocol, you are in this country, even with Ghana card, you are still paying money for somebody. You have something. Yeah, express, mommy. Or bet you 1,000, 2,000 express, everybody in 2 weeks. But outside, it's not like that. Forms for jobs outside. I saw some video online.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention, any agency.
Yeah.
I mean, the agency was in schools pleading with students to come and join them. Isn't it intriguing?
Yeah,
But
it
Ghana
is.
here, even if forms are really out, I mean, they'll be selling it behind closed doors.
Even before you buy the form, they had already recruited the
Oh,
people
we
already.
have their favorite people. The favorite that's why Ghana here, favoritism and nepotism really works. I would me or you say, wait a minute, no, it doesn't work like outside, doesn't work like that. The system is neutral. Once you qualify, is what you get for. Once you qualify, you get it. Anybody who qualifies gets the opportunity. But in Ghana here, in Africa here, it's not like that. I know that outside sometimes they try to cut corners, but I'm telling you for a fact, I'm stating emphatically and vehemently that in the Western world, the fairness, the accountability is 80% as compared to Africa here, which is very 20 or 30. So that is why I'm always saying that Ghana is good. Ghana is good, Africa is good. But please don't ever try to convince anybody who wants to go outside and find greener pastures. Because what worked for you didn't work for me. Somebody is in Ghana, he or she has stayed in Ghana for about 20 to 25 to 30 years. But I'm farmer.
But
Now
at the end of the day,
he
you
or
still
she
come back to Ghana.
he will still come back to Ghana. That's why I said, that's why I'm saying that, okay, fine, let me give you this philosophical thought. When you go to the bush, and then you go to your farm and then you see a huge sum of money in a bag, where will you send it to?
I'll take you to police station
He will take you to police
or
station,
to the palace.
to the palace. That would be the dumbest and the imbecile human being you ever be. Even your family will reject you for doing that. But you see, because Ghana here, the system is so rigged, you can't even have access to the direct people or the direct, I mean, agencies. You see, that's what I'm saying, that over there in the Western world, everything is systematic. Everything is structured. Sorry, everything is structured. Everybody has his or her cake. He or she is biting. But Africa is not like that. Even if you qualify, they see that, oh yeah, you qualify. You are very good for the job, unless you pay something.
So you see, I saw a picture on X, and it was a picture of some boys going for a
Ghana
job
here or
interview.
Africa here?
No, it's animated picture,
Oh, okay, okay,
cartoon,
okay.
and they were going for job interview. So all the guys were holding in their hands a document written on top of it, CV.
Mhm,
And there was one girl in the queue
mhm.
with voluptuous,
Body.
the
Yeah.
backside was really huge, and they had written on the
The bad
buttocks, yeah, the back
CV.
CV.
Why is it written on the bad CV? Because
Yeah,
it
that's
is
the
really
CV.
happening in Africa here.
Yeah,
I
indeed, that's
know.
the
I listen.
CV.
I know when you go any place in the world. I mean, they do it. They offer help to women with
Yeah,
maybe,
solicitor.
I mean, voluptuous body and all that, but it's less in Africa. It's less in the Western world as compared to Africa here. See, you see, when you go to the Western world, the white they see Africa as a country which is very impoverished, a country needing
No,
help
that's
always.
a picture they paint, which
That
is
is a
not
picture they
true.
paint. That is not true because that is
Yeah.
not true because we have made it so.
There's a picture in
Especially
Hollywood.
when a black man goes to the outside world and he or she is working. Look at how he is trying to find money in the workplace. He or she wouldn't work diligently or for Pisca. I know, say because of when that's why you are here, but at least work and let the, I mean, your hard work pays you. You know, hard work pays. But in Africa here, often a more for Pisca. And the one thing too is that, the white, we have made it seem like that because Africa, we had gold, we have bauxite, we have manganese, we have oil, especially when you go to Sudan like this, they produce a large amount of oil. Nigeria produces that. But what do we see? Ghana, we produce gold. Ghana, we export cocoa,
Oil, crude
oil,
oil, bauxite,
bauxite,
manganese,
manganese. But you see,
timber.
all these resources have turned to a curse rather than a
So,
blessing.
have you
So
taken
that is why
notice
these
of
whites
this?
they are always trying to rig us off our,
Mm.
they're trying to wrench us off our resources like they are wrenching a gun out of our hand. You understand what I'm saying?
Have you realized that countries who are endowed with natural resources are
Mhm.
mostly poor?
Yes, because you don't have the technical know how to extract all these
Not
resources.
so. For me, I believe that they tend to see their natural resource as their leverage to go out of poverty.
Okay.
So instead of getting the human resource to utilize their natural resource, build it and make money out of it, they leverage on it, use it. Always, I have, come and extract, come and dig my hole, then give me money. So it's their
That is why
leverage.
I'm saying
Yeah.
that they lack the technical know-how.
Yeah.
Because aside these resources being their leverage like this, I mean, they lack the technical know-how on how to extract all these resources. Even if you give, especially when you give, I mean, a young Ghanaian, I mean, you extract gold and you give it to them, they don't know the value of it. The only one say, "Hey, sika,
Mekoton.
mekwaton,"
Yeah.
but you don't know.
Can you
Maybe
can you make a chain?
can I make a change?
Chain.
Can you make a change?
Necklace out of
Oh,
gold.
you can't make necklace. Somebody, that's why we have. You see, those who mint, they can. You see, they have the numismatics. Those who mint coins,
And the blacksmith.
the blacksmith, they can even do that for you. I mean, but you see, that
I
is
said,
not.
can you do it?
I can't do it.
So if we give you gold, what do you want to do? You have to sell.
If you give me that's what I'm saying, you will sell the gold though, but all what we are thinking about is money, money. We don't know that, oh, okay, it's like the government like this. Sometimes you see every gold extra that we have in this country, the government has a percentage in that, right?
Yeah.
So this is what it happens. So when they extract the gold and everything, when they sell it, the government has a percentage in it. The government wouldn't spend this money. The government will use it to, I mean, allocate to all areas that need help. I
Allocate
mean,
funds.
the maximum satisfaction of the people. That's why we have in political term, we have something like utilitarianism. We try to make sure that it's an ideology. You have to make sure that the maximum people have the satisfaction. Even if
Yeah. So in medicine, we will say the greatest good for the greatest number.
yes, so if maybe 80% are okay with, I mean, what we have, I mean, and the 20% are maybe suffering, we may seem that, oh, that is good. That is what is happening in the Western world. That is why when you say um, there is a bridge between the whites and then the blacks, even though with the bridge and everything, the white, they are still, I mean, a lot of people are still feeling okay.
Mm.
70% are okay. So if the 30% are not okay, I mean, it's not really something that we have to lament on. Unlike Africa here, 90% we are all impoverished.
Yeah.
Only 10%, even with the 10%, how many
It's
are?
not even up to ten
It's not even
percent.
up to 10%, right?
It's. I think it's in the United States that 10% is like the top 10. They have top 10%
Mm,
in the Western world where they are the extremely rich people.
mm.
Okay, and the rest you come to the
The
middle
middle
class,
class,
then you come to the paupers
the
and all.
average,
Yeah,
But
and
in
those ones.
Africa
But in
here,
Africa, it's like only 1% too.
yes, only
Because
one
how
or
many
two.
billionaires do we have in Ghana?
You
Do,
see,
do we
but
have a
there are a lot
billionaire
of
in
people.
Ghana?
We don't have a
A
billion
billionaire,
in
yeah, a billionaire.
DOC.
In dollars, a billionaire. We don't have a billionaire in Ghana.
Um,
Most billionaires, African billionaires, are not in Ghana. We don't have one.
African.
African
We have
billionaires.
African. We have Dangote like
No,
this
Ghana.
in Ghana here. Oh,
African
okay,
billionaires
okay.
in
Put it in
Africa,
this way.
top
We
10.
have we have like. Are you comparing the Ghanaians to African rich?
Yeah,
No, no, no,
when
no,
we are
no.
ranking Africans, the
No, no, we
billionaires
don't.
in
No, no,
Africa, we
no.
don't have
Ghana, we are
one.
not part. It's only Nigeria, like our
Nigeria.
sister country,
Yeah,
Nigeria. I think two or
Nigeria.
three people. Dangote and some other two or three
Dangote
people.
and I think this one.
Nigeria, I mean, who?
Oh,
Uh,
is it Davido's dad or something?
it's not a delicate, are you talking about $2?
And there's another person like that. There are
Adeleke.
two.
I mean,
I've
the
forgotten,
videos.
but we have to check.
And
Yeah.
then we have, I mean, you see
So,
Egypt
like
and
I
all that.
said,
So
Ghana,
Ghana,
we don't even have a
South Africa
billionaire.
is inside,
Yeah.
Nigeria, Egypt, and some countries,
We
but
don't
Ghana, we
have
are not
billionaire
part
in
of it.
Ghana.
You see, Ghana,
Mm-mm.
our billion, maybe somebody will worth like maybe 1 or 2 billion.
In cities,
No,
not
we
in
have
dollars.
billionaires in Ghana here. In
Dollars,
dollars, but just that, I mean, if you compare it to the African, I mean, ranking, you
okay.
see that you are like
A
100 and
100th position.
yes, that is why they
Okay.
don't rank them. And then I mean, the asset that they have, I mean,
Yeah, they also
they
count your
can't,
net
yes,
worth in
because
assets.
if you look at Dangote, for instance, its oil refinery is almost $6 billion. They are almost all like something like that, or exceed the 6 billion. I mean, how many Ghanaians have the $6 billion
Okay.
just to push it into oil? No, you wouldn't. Will you do that? You've been thinking about it.
If
Hey,
I had that, I will, because me, I am a business
you're a
minded person.
business-minded person. You are not a business-minded person more than those billionaires in Ghana here.
Yeah.
They have thought about it, but where is the fun? They are rich, but they are not rich to the extreme. You understand? So
Yeah.
always, even with them, they go outside to do business.
Yeah. That's
In,
why I was saying
that's
that
what
you
I'm
can
saying
build
that
franchises,
you are
okay?
building
But
franchises.
going there to stay and hustle, I
You are
think
not
is not
going.
the
You
best.
see, you going there to stay is because in Ghana here, especially when an immigrant, you see, a person who leaves his or her home country to come to a different country is an immigrant, and then you person you coming to the different country, you are an immigrant. For we, there we see you as an immigrant. So you yourself, you are an immigrant, but you are an immigrant to
Mm.
the country you find yourself in. So, I mean, when you go to find greener pastures, it's not necessarily about you going to stay there for. I mean, if you don't study, you can't work unless you work remotely. You have to be there, hybrid or maybe physical. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like maybe I'm going to stay there. You are thinking about rent and all that. Somebody is in Ghana here. They have, I mean, businesses and that they are charging in dollars. But meanwhile, we are in Ghana here. Always they are trying to say that let the city reign, let the city stand. But what do you see here? Always they are depreciating the city because we always trade in
So
dollars. They
the city
say
is not highly liquid. Okay,
yes,
it's volatile.
it's volatile, and then it
Yeah.
is
It's
this
always
this
fluctuating.
this fluctuation. It
Uh,
goes up, it comes down. You see, that's what I'm
but you
saying.
see, the movement of a currency, okay, even if it is depreciating, it shouldn't be like there's a crest and a trough, something like
Yeah,
this, like a waveform. No, it has to be linear, okay? It has to be linear like this so that you can see how the rate at which it is
but you
going.
see, in
Uh,
Ghana here, looking at our inflations and all that, you think what you are saying is what you are saying.
No, it's not possible. That's why I'm saying that for people charging in dollars is because the CD is not liquid,
But
it's
it's not,
volatile,
it's volatile because we
it's
have made
always
it volatile. You
fluctuating.
see, way back, I mean, the CD, I mean, against the dollar, the CD was
It was
uh,
around 3 Ghana cities.
not even now. I mean, the olden days. I mean, if you look at, I mean, Ghana here, that is why you see, if you want your CD to be valued, you see, when you go to Russia and all that, the BRICS countries.
Yeah, the BRICS. Yeah.
Brazil, Russia, India,
India,
China,
China,
South
and then
Africa.
yeah.
And not right now too. I think
No, the BRICS. South Africa is not
South
part.
Africa is part.
I should.
Yeah, South Africa is part. You see, right now some countries who have become part of the BRICS. You see, these countries, when you go and then do business with them, when you don't change it to their money, there is no way they will do business with you. When you go to China, it's the same thing. That is why, if you remember, some months ago, I mean, there was a fight between China and then the
Yeah, the
US,
trade war.
the
Yeah.
trade war between
Putting
China
tariffs,
because
tariffs.
US said, okay, you put this tariff on your goods, especially when you are importing, and then China also said, no, if you're putting tariff on ours,
You also put it on yours.
because we do most of your things for you. So then it will be a war between these countries, especially when you look at the Cold War. See, the Cold War right after the Second World War. So it stopped in 1991. It was between US and then Russia. You see, it was like Russia wanted to spread communism.
Okay.
US wanted to spread capitalism. Okay, so when we say capitalism, I mean private ownership of properties and all that. But when you go to China, when you go to Russia like this, the communist state, they don't do that. They don't have private ownership. All they think is maybe
the national cake.
The national cake, but the national cake, you will work and you'll be paid based on your work or based on your wage. It's not like maybe they will be there and then okay, take towels or take this. How you work is how you be paid. But the US didn't want that, so there was this Cold War between US and Russia. You see, so all this amount to who is winning, who is very, high when it comes to, securing exchange rates and all that. So sometimes it's not about you trading in different currency, but it's about you making your currency stand. Assuming maybe Ghana, we had this for a very long time ago that okay, you trade in our. It's not a fault. You see,
No, we can't
because
trade in cities because dollar.
no,
Guy.
so even if I talk and talk, it wouldn't be possible. But and at first, in Ghana, we had gold and everything. No? You see, right now it's a curse rather than a blessing to us. And we should have, or we would have able to do that because we are providing or we are producing our own shoes and all that. But right now, if we import matchsticks, there is no way. Toothpick. You see, we have something we call, mercantilism. Mercantilism. You see, this is what it means. Like what you have, you export what you have, you feed on what you have and you export, you produce what you have and you like what Kwame Nkrumah was doing, the shoe factory, Commander factory and all that.
Glass.
They were exporting cocoa and all that so that the beer next care about money and then the money to be in our currencies. So so when you be so one
you have to currency.
You have to trade in our currency. That's what Russia and China are doing. Which mark or Russia, and then you trade with dollars. No. The president wouldn't do that for you. So Ghana is not for today. It's kind of work. We should have started a very long time ago when US they weren't strong. They weren't strong like this. You see, they weren't strong like this. That's why the European Union